Master Reef, and I wanted to talk about controlling nitrates in a saltwater aquarium. Due to my own negligence, probably 4 weeks ago I tested my saltwater tank's nitrate level, and it was 60, 80 high or even higher nitrates, and I was like, oh man, I've let this thing just get completely out of control. But I've been successful in the past at bringing them down, so I wasn't extremely worried about it. But I want to go over what it is I did to bring my my nitrates down. And I want to give you an idea for the people that are new to the channel. My system is 60 gallons total, so it's a relatively small amount of water. I mean, it's 36 inches long, 18 inches deep or wide, and 12 inches deep. So it's a relatively small amount of water, and this same tactic would work with bigger tanks, but it would involve more work and more salt and stuff like that, and you'll see. So the first thing that I did was I decided to give the tank a good cleaning. I took each piece of equipment out and soaked it in vinegar for 2 hours, completely scrubbed it down, and put it back into service completely clean. So I did that with my skimmer, I did it with my return pump, and I also did it with my biopellet reactor. With the biopellet reactor, it was a little bit of a different story. Actually, there was a little bit of trapped water in it that had like a sulfury smell, which is something that you absolutely do not want. And that'll be for another video. But I took the biopellet reactor apart, give it a 2-hour bath in vinegar, and while that was happening, I took my biopellets and put them in a bucket and just scrubbed them with my hand, just stirred them, pour the water off, let fresh RO water on them, same thing over and over again, until they started looking like they basically did when I put them in. Some of them were smaller though from being digested by that bacteria. Anyway, so I put the biopellet reactor back in line, and when I do that with biopellets, the first thing I do is pour in C-Chem Stability. Just pour the bacteria straight in on the pellets. Then I use my tank water to fill the reactor, prime it the rest of the way. And I actually let it sit there with just the bacteria and the water in there on it for a little bit, not too long. But that's a key thing with biopellets. If not, the package will even tell you that you're going to wait several weeks for this to start working, and if you don't want to wait that long, it's way easier to pour bacteria on. So I would highly suggest that if you're planning to run biopellets, seed them with bacteria. So anyway, after doing all that, cleaning all the equipment, then my next step is to get my water right, because now I've eliminated all this crap and gunk out of the system. So I start in with 15-gallon water changes on a 60-gallon system. So I do a 15-gallon water change, 2 days later another 15 gallons, 2 days later another 15 gallons, and I basically did that until I got my nitrates to get down to 15, 20, maybe between 10 and 20 parts per million. And then from there I'm going to start letting the biopellets take care of it. So once I got down to the 20 part per million range, then I start just doing weekly water change of 15 gallons. So on Sunday, I check my parameters. Nitrates are still 15 or 20. I do a 15-gallon water change. Next week, same thing. This week, today is Sunday, I'm about to do my water change, and my tank's sitting at like 0 nitrates, undetectable, and I will say 0 to 5. And so I'm not going to do 15-gallon water change today. I'm gonna lower that down to 10. And next week on Sunday, when I check my parameters again, if they're still at 0, then I'll do a 10. If they're any higher than that, I'll do a 15-gallon water change. And that's kind of my process for getting them down to 0 or undetectable. I have some tips and tricks with biopellet reactor, and that's going to be a separate video in itself. But I basically just wanted to make this for people that are new to the hobby and maybe struggling. And like I said, if you have a huge system like a 100-gallon, 75-gallon, 200-gallon system, it's going to require a lot more salt water. The same method will work, it just requires more salt water. And whenever I decided to go this route, I know my nitrates are high, I want them down. So if that requires me buying an extra bucket of salt, so be it. That's just what I'm going to do. And that's basically how I've done it. If anybody has any questions or they're facing similar situations in their reef tank, I'd be glad to put in my 2 cents. Just leave me a comment in the comment section. Thanks for watching my channel. Hope you like and subscribe to my videos. Later.